What's up guys, Russ Lyman here, and I'm checking out an awesome eShop title called The Adventures of Elena Temple. It's currently on the eShop for only $5, so let's check it out if it's worth it.
Russ, what you doing? Russ, what you doing? Russ, what you doing? Let's find out!
Right off the bat, this game is pretty unique because it lets you play in a certain play style that maybe you're fond of from your childhood. It has different overlays that you can play the game on. Whether you're playing on a Game Boy, an old computer, maybe a Vectrex system or an Atari, there's all different aesthetics to it. It doesn't change the gameplay or the story, just the looks of it. And the detail is great. There's even stuff in the background in the rooms of the overlays. You can see cool toys out there, and if it's too far out for you to see, you can always zoom the camera in for a tighter shot for the gameplay. Now I love how it starts off. It says, before Laura and before Nate, there was Elena. Now it's obviously referencing Lara Croft and Nathan Drake from the two biggest adventure explorer games. So like we said, you take control of Elena and you search out coins in this temple. There's coins and there's also gems. You could go for 100% completion if you want, but it's not necessary to win the game. Certain coins are out in the open, and others you have to shoot pots to break them open to see if there's a coin hidden inside. There's lots of puzzles and secrets in the game, and it's fun trying it out and trying to figure it out for yourself. Now the game isn't that long. I completed the whole game in maybe over an hour, and I went back to finish finding all the coins on my second playthrough. It's got a really fun concept, and I love how you can change the aesthetic of it. I mostly played in the old school CRT TV, while maybe playing on something like the older computer with the bright green lines was kind of harsh on the eyes. And since it's a short playthrough, it's great to grab your Switch, play it on the go, maybe play it this holiday season while you're waiting for dessert to get put out on the table. Again guys, it's only $5 on the Nintendo eShop, and I think that's pretty great. There's a little bit of replay value into it, and you can tell the developer really put his heart and soul into this game. Now while you're picking the screen, he even has a little bit of a backstory on each of the consoles. Now you couldn't call them outright what they are because of copyright and stuff, but it's still pretty fun and a cool backstory. If you want to choose the Game Boy, it's called Some Toy. In the Game Boy Advance is Some Toy Advance. Makes sense. Then one of the older computers is NS Boss instead of MS DOS. Very clever. Let's check out one of the backstories where you see what I'm talking about. With the release of the Game Boy in 1989, there was a lot of copycats waiting to cash in on the rising popularity of portable consoles. The developer of Adventures of Elena Temple was approached by the shady folks at Nintendo to port the game to their upcoming handheld, aptly named Some Toy. The deal came with a $250 advance pay and shares in the company that would dissolve only 6 months after Some Toy went to market. Needless to say, that upfront payment continued as nearly half of the game's lifetime's earnings. So yeah, just take the time and read some of the stories in here. It's pretty entertaining and yeah, definitely has some character and charm to it. Now, I definitely think this is a fun pickup for the holiday season for you guys to check out. Don't you think so, Penny? And guys, if you aren't subscribed to the channel, consider doing so. I put out weekly content. And guys, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. It shows your support for these indie game developers. They put hours and time and money into these games, and they release them to us so cheap. So I definitely think it's worth checking out. And as always, gamers, I'm Russ Lyman, and I'll see you next video. I want to give a super shout out to all my Patreon supporters: Joey Ellis, George Sandoval, Joe Sheevy, David Apuzzo, Maynard, Dr. Pest, Nintendo, Brian Culpepper, TechWizX, and everyone on my Patreon. Link below if you want to join. And I'll see you guys later.